the greatest hero DC ever created. And it's not who you think. That's literally the title of this video. And if you clicked on it expecting Batman or Superman or Wonder Woman, congratulations, you're wrong. And honestly, that's a good thing. Because if the answer was Batman, this video would just be 30 minutes of me saying my parents are dead in a deep voice. But no, the actual greatest hero DC ever built is Dick Grayson, Nightwing. And by the end of this video, you'll understand why this man is basically the glue holding the entire DC universe together. Let's start from the beginning. Before Gotham, before Robin. Before capes and cowls, there was the circus. Dick Grayson literally grew up in the flying. Graysons, a family of acrobats swinging through the air, having the time of their lives, basically, the childhood Peter Parker wishes he had until one night. Boom, tragedy. His parents are murdered in front of him. Sound familiar? Yeah, it's basically Batman's origin story. Except, instead of saying, I am the knight, Dick said, you know what? I'm not gonna let this ruin me. I'm gonna keep smiling. I'm gonna keep being me. And that right there is what makes him different. Bruce fell into the cave. Dick climbed out of it. Fast forward, he becomes Robin, the very first sidekick in comic book history. And let me just say, Robin was a game changer. Before him, Batman comics were all moody and depressing. Then suddenly, bam, colorful. Acrobat kid doing flips over mobsters. Heads Batman's brooding. And Dick's like, hey man, lighten up. And honestly, it worked. Sales skyrocketed. Kids loved him. And every single sidekick. You know today, Bucky Barnes, Kid Flash, Speedy, they all exist because of Robin. But here's the thing. Dick wasn't meant to stay in tights forever. Eventually, he grows up and decides, yeah, I love you, Bruce, but I'm not trying to live in your basement my whole life. He ditches the short shorts, upgrades to black and blue, and becomes Nightwing. And here's the underrated part. His name wasn't random. Superman himself gave it to him. Clark freaking Kent looks at him and says, here, carry this Kryptonian legend. Not Bruce, not Tim, not Jason, you. That's like LeBron handing you his sneakers and saying, go run the team. Imagine Batman's face when he heard that, by the way. Like, excuse me, Clark, you're giving my kid your name? And Clark's like, yeah, because your kid's actually happy and doesn't brood in the dark eating bats. Now let's talk leadership. Because this is where Nightwing truly levels up. You throw him in the Titans, he's instantly the leader. He joins the Outsiders, he's the leader. Justice League needs a hand. He steps up and suddenly everyone's following him. Why? Because unlike Batman, he doesn't lead through fear. And unlike Superman, he doesn't just stand there flexing with God powers. He actually earns trust. He's the guy you want to follow into battle. Because he's competent and relatable. Like imagine your boss being cool enough to crack a joke mid-fight while still dodging bullets. That's Nightwing. Now, the cowl situation. Oh boy, yes. Dick Grayson has been Batman multiple times. And every single time, he crushes it. In Battle for the Cowl, he unites Gotham. In the Black Mirror, he carries one of the darkest Batman stories ever. In Elseworlds, he becomes the Batman of the future. And every time fans are like, yeah, this works, this feels right. Why? Because he doesn't just copy Bruce, he improves him. It's like when your dad teaches you how to grill, and you're like, thanks, Dad. But then you add seasoning and suddenly your steaks are way better. That's Dick Grayson as Batman. But here's the biggest reason he's DC's greatest hero. He broke the cycle. Every other member of the Bat family is cursed. Jason. Todd goes insane with rage. Tim Drake gets consumed by obsession. Damian. Wayne is basically fighting his DNA every day, and Bruce, well, Bruce is just permanently sad. But Dick Grayson? He takes the same trauma and instead of letting it define him, he escapes it. He builds something better. He literally proves you don't have to be broken to be great, and that is the most powerful thing DC has ever put on paper. If Superman is the ideal of hope, and Batman is the ideal of fear, then Nightwing is the ideal of balance. He's what humanity actually needs. Not a god, not a monster, not a billionaire with therapy issues, but a man who chooses every single day to rise above He's funny, he's competent, he inspires the people around him. And he does it all while looking like a Calvin Klein model, which is honestly unfair. Like, come on, DC, leave some genetics for the rest of us. So yeah, the next time someone tries to argue, Batman is DC's greatest hero, just remind them, Batman is a myth, Superman is a symbol. But Nightwing? Nightwing is the future. And the fact that he can do all that while still cracking jokes and smiling, well, that's exactly why Dick Grayson Nightwing is the greatest hero.
Thank you, everyone! Thank you, Elmer!
You've got your rules. Well, I've got mine too! Алкоголь сломал на крышу замок. Хочу навсегда с тобой.